Hello, folks. This time, let's talk about the definition of a solution. A solution is a homogeneous mixture where one substance is dissolved into another substance. We use the term solution so often that sometimes it's important to look at the scientific definition of a word that is common in the English language. So let's go back to the scientific definition of mixture and homogeneous. Now, a mixture is two or more substances that are combined but not chemically combined. They are together. They can be physically separated, but they are not chemically bonded. They just happen to be all slurried up together. And a homogeneous mixture means that one sample is going to be the same as the next sample. So what I have pictured for you here are a whole collection of solutions. Kool-Aid, hummingbird, nectar, beer, a great cup of coffee, soda pop, IV solution, and a whole variety of different solutions used in chemistry. In a solution, there is always a solute. Now, a solute is the substance being dissolved. The solvent is the substance doing the dissolving, and the solution is the final mixture of the two. Be sure you know these words. They're great vocabulary words, definitely good quiz questions. So let's examine something common like mixing up a pitcher of Kool-Aid. For Kool-Aid, the solute, the substance being dissolved, is going to be the Kool-Aid powder. And if you are old-fashioned and mix your own sugar, this is also going to be the sugar you add. The solvent, the thing doing the dissolving, well, that's going to be water. And what's the solution? The solution is the entire pitcher of the mixed drink. That's going to be your solution. It's everything you have in that pitcher together. Okay, let's try another one. Let's say you are going to boil a pot of potatoes or pasta, and you're going to add salt to water. So what is the solute? The substance being dissolved. Well, that's going to be the sodium chloride. That's the salt you're adding to the water. The solvent, the thing doing the dissolving, that's going to be water. And what is the solution? Well, that's the salt water that you're going to cook your pasta noodles in. So not terribly complicated, but you do need to know the scientific words for these things. Now, not all solutions are a solid dissolved into a liquid. You could have many types of solutions depending upon what is dissolved or mixed with what. So let's look at some of these. Sometimes you can have a liquid-to-liquid solution. One example is antifreeze. Antifreeze is a mixture of ethylene glycol and water. Ethylene glycol is the chemical that lowers the freezing temperature of water very well. So that's why we put it in car radiators. Mixed drinks, rum and Coke. One of my dear friends, that's her favorite drink. So I always like to include that. Both alcohol and water and the mix, the Coke or the pop, whatever you're putting in there, always good mixtures together. A lot of liquid medicines, whether it be cough syrup or some other sort of liquid acetaminophen that you're going to give your child, those things are going to be a liquid mixed in with a liquid. Now, when you're talking about these, the solvent is the substance in the higher quantity, and the solute is going to be the substance in the lower quantity. Put a star by this, make sure that you have this in your memory. So some solutions can even be a gas mixed in with a gas. For example, in Earth's atmosphere, it is mostly about 79% nitrogen, about 21% oxygen, and then a few other bits and pieces. In this case, the solvent is going to be nitrogen because it's the substance in the higher quantity. The solute is going to be oxygen because it is the thing in the lower quantity. Another gas example is heliox. Heliox can be used as one of the many kinds of gas that could be used for diving. This is 80% helium, 20% oxygen. So what is the solvent and what is the solute? Well, what's in the higher quantity? The higher quantity here is helium. So this will be our solvent. And our solute, the thing being dissolved, is oxygen. Not too difficult, is it? You can also have gases dissolved in liquids, and the most common one that you're going to see in everyday life is going to be carbonated beverages, pop, Coke, Mountain Dew, Diet Pepsi, whatever your favorite happens to be. There we are actually putting CO2 into the water plus the flavorings to make that lovely, lovely drink. You can have solids dissolved in liquids. In the kitchen, we do this all the time. Salt in water, sugar in water to make cranberry jelly at Thanksgiving time and stuff like that. You can have solids in solids, but they're usually mixed as liquids and then they eventually solidify. But an alloy of metals, for example, gold comes in a variety of different mixtures, which are alloys, and they are actually one metal that have been dissolved in another, because a solution, remember, is nothing but a homogeneous mixture. All right, that should do it, and we will come back next time and get deeper into these solutions.